Rosemarinus officinalis, known as rosemary or anthos, is a mint species best known for its culinary use, especially in Mediterranean cooking, though it has expanded to other parts of the world. It is native to the Mediterranean and parts of Asia, but has a far-reaching reputation, having been mentioned in Shakespearean plays and even having a key role in Anzac Day in New Zealand. In keeping with its mint family attributes, leaves bud from nodes in a deciculate manner, pointing in 4 directions as they grow outward: north, south, east, west. Rosemary has a unique leaf and stem morphology. Its leaves are acicular and grow out of a woodier stem than some of the other species in Lamiaceae. These leaves are short and evergreen. This attribute, combined with the woody stem they protrude from, gives the plant a remarkable drought tolerance that allows it to propagate in many other climates, both hot and cold. Note that the leaves do not grow very long, nor very wide, but a ventral view shows that many tiny veins that branch throughout the leaves' underside. This network is reticulate. Unlike many leaves, the dorsal area is smooth and easily releases its signature aroma when touched. The flowers bloom in a small inflorescence around spring or summertime and can range in color from white to violet. These flowers are small and labiate at about 1.5 centimeters tall. Most pollinators are tiny insects and so produce curved stamens that dust pollinators with pollen. These flowers consist of an upper lip and a lower lip, with the lower lip helping to encourage landing and stabilize insects such as honeybees and butterflies that might be too large and cumbersome to attach to the petals otherwise. This labiate flower morphology is something that rosemary shares with an abundance of Lamiaceae mints, and most flowers from Lamiaceae have a very similar characteristic. It's one of their defining features, this fused upper and lower lip. Chemical compounds in rosemary that are important to humans include camphor, betulinic acid, and appropriately, rosmarinic acid. Rosemary expounds a savory scent when brushed, a mustard-like scent when burnt, and imparts an astringent bite when cooked with other foods. It should be quite apparent to anybody who is watching that rosemary makes quite a few branches and stems. It grows quite tall, at least mine has, and it's quite flexible too, though the lower you go, the more xylem-y the stems become. As evidenced from this camera panning upwards and downwards, you can tell the differences in leaf and stem morphology. Somewhat humorously, rosemary is a very dense plant, full of leaves, although they are quite small, which makes them a very good habitat for certain species of spiders, like T. domestica. So don't be alarmed if you find quite a few spiders living in your rosemary. In much the same way Salvia officinalis is known, Rosemarinus officinalis enjoys a rich mythological relevance in Greek and Christian lore. and is often associated with mental attributes such as remembrance and memory. Anthos, another name for rosemary, is derived from the ancient Greek for flower. Those specimens get quite a bit larger, as I've mentioned before. This is my rosemary plant, and this is the footage that you're seeing here. My specimen here is about approximately 1.5 years old. As you can see from the picture in the upper right, my rosemary plant has dulled in color a little bit since its birth. In optimal conditions, rosemary can grow to about 2 meters, but upward growing cultivars typically get about 1.5 meters. Newer growth is much more flexible than older growth and can be identified as the xylem hardens with age and becomes tough near the base. Looks very much more tree-like. Indeed, quite a bit of insect life has graced the leaves of my rosemary plant, and if you decide to get a rosemary plant, I'm sure you'll have the same experience. There are several other mint species that I want to include in this playlist for you all, but to start off, I will be doing 6 mint species. Those species are bee balm, Monarda genus, lemon balm, Melissa officinalis, Mentha piperita, peppermint, which is the hybrid offspring of spearmint, which is Mentha spicata, as well as common sage, Salvia officinalis, and the mint that you've already seen, Rosemarinus officinalis, rosemary. I hope that this has been both educational and informational, and I welcome any questions or comments you would like to make on this video. If you have any ideas or questions about this plant or any other plants, please feel free to drop me a message or a comment on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.